Hey guys, this is Mike with Ideas by Mike. Today we're going to be talking about something that I feel is really important. It's where our focus is. I like to focus on the problem, not the person causing it. So today, on Stories, Resources, and Ideas, we're going to talk about what our focus should be.
Hi, this is Mark Conway, and this is Stories, Resources, and Ideas. It's a new week, and I am joined, of course, as always, by Mr. Mike Mulligan of Ideas by Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Good, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I feel like I am setting with a celebrity as you had your cooking channel debut yesterday. I don't know. I mean, we're here to cross-promote each other, too. Why don't you tell us what that was about yesterday?
Sure. Last year in October, I was the MC and the host of the World Chili Championship. It was the 54th annual event, and 4 days of incredible chili, salsas, green chilies, you name it, it was there. And while we were there, we were recording a television show that just ended up airing on the cooking channel called Inside Chili Nation. And so it was my cooking channel debut.
Wow. And so that aired that aired yesterday after what show?
It aired after Man vs. Food, which was kind of interesting. And then the show right after this was one of Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Well, look at that, man. You're behind, two legends of shows, and you popped right on there. So it's a multiple series, right? So there'll be multiple shows in this, or was it just one?
They'll do one for every year we do the event. And
Great.
There's possibilities that it's going to weave its way into the World Food Championship with a large network has jumped in on there, and we're about to, this year, will be the 10th anniversary of the World Food Championship, so it's going to be much, much bigger than ever before.
Yeah, we, I mean, you know this, but Ideas by Mike sponsored Biscuits Jamboree as part of the World Food Cooking Championship, so we're excited about where you're going with this and what that's going on. So, wow, man, what a great opportunity that is. So, if you're okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch us in.
Absolutely.
To kind of our topic for the week. We're the whole point of today is to focus on the problem, not the person. We just came out of the Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
They just finished. The Super Bowl just ended, and so a number of the best athletes in the world just performed in their ultimate destination, whether it be the Winter Olympics in China or LA at the Super Bowl, which, by the way, did you catch that halftime show with the Super Bowl?
I did.
Yeah, boy, did that bring back some memories.
It did. It took you right back to where all of those songs came out.
Yeah, but here's a revelation to us all is they did not the people in the Winter Olympics, those athletes, the athletes in the Super Bowl, even those performers at the halftime show, they did not prepare and go along the road to the main event or big game with a person in mind to compete or perform against. The LA Rams did not know that they were going to be playing their opponent in the Super Bowl. There's 32 NFL teams, and there could have been multiple combinations of teams playing each other. So Sean McVay, the coach of the LA Rams, did not prepare for his opponent in the Super Bowl 6 or 7 or 8 months ago. He prepared like a week in advance. In their world, and the same thing goes for Winter Olympic athletes, those curling folks who are going along the ice and sliding that puck down. They were not trying. Canada wasn't trying to compete against Switzerland. They knew they would be there. They're competing against getting this little puck in this bullseye area and scoring the most points or allowing the other not. Here's the thing, right? In those competitions, in those big events, those things we celebrate, they do not focus on the person along the road. They focus on the problem. The problem is, how do we ourselves get better and make it to our ultimate destination? Here's here's a story that came across this today. Is I recently got brought into a situation as a financial planner where somebody was having difficulty in their past financial life with a person they were dealing with who was advising them on their finances. You know, come to find out, the person they were dealing with got great credentials in the world of financial planning, but the client and the advisor lost trust with each other, mainly because, as I got pulled into this, the client did not fully understand what the advisor was doing for him. The client put the trust in the advisor, not in understanding the problem that the client faced. Then, a little bit time later, we'll call the client Dorothy. Dorothy then didn't realize that her situation in life changed based off of what she previously been working with the advisor on for about 6 years. In me looking at this situation, looks like the advisor did a great job. It looks like based off the facts of the situation, and I'm hearing only one side of the story. I'm hearing the client story.
Mm-hmm.
I think the advisor did a great job. The issue is the client, Dorothy, doesn't feel that way because she's now focused on, her advisor, Brian, did not do a good job of fully explaining everything. And so she wants to, go after him, do things, put some things out there about him, which I've encouraged her not to do because they're just not true.
Right.
Based off that. The guy probably has 500 clients. He can't spend all week, every week with this one client's piece of money.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is with the client now is she is focused so much on Brian, the advisor, not the problem that she has faced financially.
Right.
And if she would spend as much time focused on what the true problem is, understanding, educating herself on her retirement and eventually her legacy with her kids, if she would spend that time focused on that instead of focused on Brian, she would be in a much better situation. This concept of focusing on the problem and not the person would solve so many problems we have just in the world. We're going through a conflict in Ukraine and Russia right now. It's devastating. But, there's real men and women who are fighting there that are losing their life because of a person, a leader of a country. And there's a problem there that it's way beyond me. I have no idea what the problem is. It's way beyond me. But if somebody would focus on that problem and solve it, the people would be happy doing what they do.
Right.
This is all that same. So does that make sense to you, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
If you focus on the problem and not the person?
Well, I think we get so wrapped up in our own emotions and our own, this happened to me, so I need to retort. I need to react. And I think so many times if we just stopped for a moment, took a deep breath, paused, and thought it through, we'd realize, just to your point, the problem is what we've got to fix. You can't fix a person, you have to fix a problem.
Right.
And so absolutely, I agree. Yeah,
I say, I believe this beyond everything is that this is Stories, Resource, and Ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I believe every story has a problem that needs solving. Behind you is one of the greatest collection of Star Wars figurines and collectibles in the world. Because it's one of the things you are. You're food, but if anybody knows you, they know you're Star Wars too.
Right.
And that is one of the greatest stories ever created by George Lucas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that story has people in it. But really, the problem is there's a big problem in Star Wars. What is it?
Oh, it's
What's the big?
it's always the good versus evil problem that's always existed.
That's right. That's when that problem, and then you got the problem of twins separated at birth that finally discover they are who they are. Nobody knew that problem, but when you identify the problem, the story becomes even greater. Half the part of identifying the story is identifying the problem, finding solutions or resources for this that enhance that story, and then just allowing that story along with those resources to create amazing ideas for the future. And that's that's what's in Star Wars. There's great ideas that come about that piece and universe, and God, a lot of freaking money for George Lucas. There's a lot of money that he gets from creating that story and solving the problems. But we have those in the financial world too. Is some of the more common problems that need to be identified is I need more secure retirement income. Most people focus on retirement, and they get to retirement not knowing where all their money's going to come from. They just have accumulated some stuff, and then they need to figure out. But most people need more secure retirement income.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't realize it, but their money's at risk in the market when it should not be. People saw that, in the first part of this year already, where the market, we've had great years in the market, but then the market's come down. The market goes up, it goes down, but long term it goes up. I mean, that's what people just need to realize is. But when you need money, it shouldn't be at risk. The closer you need money, the closer you need to use your assets, don't put it at risk.
Right.
Because don't risk losing it. The other problem people have is I have a tax problem and need to shield my assets from taxes. And then one of the other major problems that we uncover to help people enhance their story is, well, what if I die? People don't want to face that because that's the end of a personal story. But gosh, when we have people we love, their story continues on past our death. And so just because I die doesn't mean my story's over. I have kids that still need to be taken care of. I have a very significant other that needs to be taken care of. So if I die, how do those who depend on me still get their dreams fulfilled? And when we focus and we look at that problem, stories get amplified because it becomes more, we identify those problems, solve it, and the story becomes about something much bigger than us. So, that's our main topic for today, is because we understand that the focus should be on the problem and not the people who we perceive create those problems. Mm-hmm. We're going to be much better in life.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think every monumental shift you see people make when they're on whether it's whatever their personal goals are, where they're trying to get to, it's when they stop focusing on how others impacted them and just look at what the impact is and how to correct that. That's when you see true success.
Yeah. People come and go, right? There's 7 point. I was at a wedding this past weekend, and the officiant said, man, there's 7.7 billion people in the world. The history or psychologists tell us that somewhere in the world there's 7 people that are made for us. It doesn't mean that there's 7 people we should marry. It just means that there's 7 people who are going to get who we are. And, some of those people are going to be your best buddies, or some of them are going to be strategic colleagues, but, 1 or maybe 2 are going to be lovers, and you're going to be emotionally connected to them, right? But think about that. 7.7 billion in the world, and 7 people get us. And so if you were to meet 1 or 2 of them, think about those odds. 7 to 7.7 billion. Those odds are like almost insurmountable, but it happens, right? Because in the end, a lot of people who find those people realize that their problem is a need to connect, a need to find help with a situation, and they seek that. And upon seeking that need for help, they quit looking for a set of they quit looking for a particular person and look for the things that they need to deal with themselves, the problems they have, and then they're attracted to other people who can either help them with those problems or have the same problems, and they can help each other. And when that happens, boom, magic happens. Problems get solved, new people enter your life, and your problems that were identified and get solved quickly enhance your story, making it better. That'll then takes your resources to the next level and turns, man, in my world, turns ideas into money, but really turns a life into something better than ever been lived before.
And I mean, I think that's the thing, is that you're helping people kind of navigate what that is. You're helping people stay on task, find out where they want to be, give them the ideas of how to get there so that they can bring those dreams and stories to fruition to live that life they want to live. But it really does take the guidance from the right person to help them kind of see that 1,000-foot view.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. So anybody listening to this, if you have issues with a person who's helped you with money or something in the past, come talk to us. I don't want to hear about the person. Let's identify those. Let's identify the real problem. And if the real problem is you need to be educated, if you need to understand what you have, if the issue is what can we do to help solve your problems and make your story better, we'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And together turn ideas into money.
I mean, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So guys, get out your phones. If you're watching on your computers, get out your phones, go on to Instagram and follow Ideas by Mike. You can follow them on Instagram, has great tips, excellent resources. Mike and his team are the ones that are answering those questions that come in, so feel free to message them there. And you can also follow him on the web at meetwithmikemilligan.com. Meetwithmikemilligan.com, bookmark that, because I'm telling you, that is your first step to that future that you want to find. So guys, Mike, it's been another great week.
All right.
Looking forward to much, much more as this year continues to steamroll on.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I can't wait to catch the repeat. There's a repeat of the show on the Cooking Channel, right?
Yep, this Saturday at 1 o'clock, there'll be a repeat.
Oh, can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait, man.
All right, guys. Thank you for another week. Remember, caring is sharing. Share out the podcast and the video with your friends and family so they, too, can find their financial goals meet success. See you next time.